place where your mind can rest, your heart can soften, and your breath can fall into a slow, peaceful rhythm. Tonight we drift into a Christmas story, soft, warm, and full of quiet winter magic. So take a slow breath, let your shoulders relax, and allow the world to fade away as we begin. On a calm Christmas Eve, freshly fallen snow covered the little town of Everglen. The streets were quiet, the houses warm, and the sky glowed with a soft silver light. Inside a tiny cottage at the edge of the town lived a traveler named Elara. She was someone who cherished peaceful nights like this, where the world slowed down just enough to let her heart breathe. Wrapped in a cozy blanket, she sat beside her window and watched snowflakes drift gently from the sky. Each flake seemed to float in slow motion, glowing like tiny frozen stars. The fireplace beside her crackled softly, filling the room with a warm, golden glow. But as she closed her eyes, she felt something unusual, a soft chime ringing through the night air. Not loud, not sharp, just a delicate, crystalline note, like a snowflake singing. Curious, Elara slowly opened the door to her cottage and stepped outside. The cold air kissed her cheeks, but the night felt strangely inviting. A small, glowing figure stood near the lantern on the snowy path, no taller than a child, its body shimmering like moonlight shaped into a tiny person. It raised one hand and gently waved. Elara felt no fear, only calm, only warmth, only curiosity. Without speaking, the glowing figure drifted down the path, leaving little sparkles melting into the snow, and Elara followed. Tonight, she sensed, was not an ordinary Christmas Eve. It was the beginning of something magical, something meant just for her. Elara stepped softly along the snowy path, her footsteps crunching rhythmically. Each lantern she passed flickered, brighter as though greeting her with warm golden whispers. The glowing figure ahead drifted gracefully, its silver light blending beautifully with the golden lantern glow. As she reached an old wooden bridge, she paused. The frozen stream beneath sparkled with reflections, turning the ice into a shimmering ribbon of light. She placed her hand on the railing, feeling the smooth chill of the wood, then continued across. Beyond the bridge, tall pine trees stood like silent guardians. Their branches drooped gently under the weight of fresh snow, creating a soft white canopy above her. The forest felt different, quieter, deeper, almost sacred. At the center of the pines stood a massive ancient tree. Its bark shimmered faintly, wrapped in silver strands, glowing like frozen starlight. The glowing figure rested on a lower branch, pulsing gently with soft light. At the base of the tree lay a small wooden box, half buried in snow. Elara knelt, brushed away the snow, and opened it carefully. Inside was a delicate glass ornament shaped like a snowflake, glowing softly with bluish light. The moment she touched it, warmth flowed through her fingertips and into her heart. Suddenly, an old memory resurfaced, one she had forgotten long ago. Sitting beside her grandmother by the hearth, listening to stories about guardians who watch over winter dreams. Elara smiled softly. The glowing figure drifted closer and whispered, its voice gentle like falling snow. You remembered. The forest lights pulsed warmly. Elara held the ornament against her chest, feeling a comforting presence wrap around her like a blanket. And deeper into the forest, a new path illuminated, inviting her to follow the magic even further. Elara followed the newly glowing path, her breath creating soft clouds in the cold air. The glowing figure floated beside her, its movements slow and serene, as though guiding her through a dream. Soon the forest opened into a hidden clearing, illuminated by thousands of tiny lights. They floated in the air like fireflies made of frost. The atmosphere felt warm despite the snow, peaceful in a way she had never known. In the center stood a crystal archway, formed from frozen branches and shimmering snow. When Elara stepped closer, the ornament in her hand glowed brighter, responding as if it recognized this place. The glowing figure spoke softly. "This is the Winter Guardian's realm, the heart of peaceful dreams." Elara stepped through the archway and immediately felt a wave of calm wash over her. The world around her became even softer, like sound had been wrapped in velvet. Every breath she took carried warmth into her chest. At the center of the realm stood a tall figure made of soft white light, gentle, ancient, and comforting. Its presence felt like the embrace of every calm winter night she had ever known. "You carry the memory," the guardian said in a soothing voice. "The memory of warmth, comfort, and love given long ago. Tonight you reclaim it." Elara held up the snowflake ornament. The guardian placed its luminous hand over hers, and the ornament expanded into a swirl of glowing snow, lifting gently into the air. The realm brightened. The lights hummed softly. Elara felt tears warm her eyes, not from sadness, but from a deep sense of peace she had forgotten she needed. "You have wandered far," the guardian whispered, "but your heart remembers the path home." The ornament descended slowly, glowing brighter than before, and Elara knew her journey was far from over. The guardian gestured for Elara to follow as the glowing paths rearranged themselves into a new trail leading deeper into the magical realm. She walked quietly, wrapped in the peaceful glow that surrounded her. As she continued, soft voices echoed faintly, like whispers of memories long asleep, memories of laughter, familiar warmth, gentle hands guiding her as a child. The snowflakes around her shimmered with each memory, falling slower and softer. Finally, she reached a small cabin glowing warmly in the distance. Smoke curled from its chimney, carrying the unmistakable scent of cinnamon and cedar. Elara felt something inside her stir, an emotion she hadn't touched in years. The guardian opened the door for her. Inside, the cabin was cozy, full of warm golden light. A small fire crackled, and the room felt like home, though she had never been here before. On a wooden table rested a single cup of warm cocoa. Elara wrapped her hands around it, feeling the warmth sink into her palms. "This place," the guardian said softly, "is shaped from your heart's deepest comfort. It exists only when you need it most." Elara sat beside the fire. The room hummed gently, almost like it was breathing with her. The glowing figure perched on the mantel, watching peacefully. "You are not alone," the guardian continued. "The warmth you thought was lost has always lived inside you." Elara closed her eyes, allowing the comfort to settle deep within her chest. The warmth of memories, of love, of peace she had forgotten. When she opened her eyes again, the cabin door was glowing. A path home was waiting. The guardian bowed gently. "It is time to return, carrying the warmth with you." Elara stepped through the door and found herself back on the snowy path leading to her cottage. The lanterns glowed softly, just as before, but the night felt warmer now, calmer, more alive. The glowing guide floated beside her one last time, its light soft and affectionate. As she reached her door, the figure hovered in front of her, its gentle glow flickering like a heartbeat of light. Elara whispered, "Thank you." The figure placed a tiny hand on her palm, and in a blink it dissolved into thousands of soft, shimmering particles that drifted into the sky like tiny stars returning home. Elara stepped inside her cottage. The fire still crackled warmly. The air still smelled of pine and comfort. But her heart felt lighter than it had in years. She placed the glowing snowflake ornament above her fireplace. The moment she let go, it shone softly, casting a peaceful light across the room, a reminder of the warmth she carried within. She curled into her blanket, letting her eyes fall gently closed. The world felt quiet again, safe again, warm again, and as sleep began to embrace her, she whispered a soft goodnight to the magical Christmas Eve that brought her home. Thank you for spending this gentle Christmas night with me. Here in Lofi Dreams, you are always safe, always welcome, and always free to rest. May your night be peaceful, your dreams soft, and your heart warm. Sleep well, dreamer, and let the quiet magic of Christmas guide you into a deep and restful sleep. Good night from Lofi Dreams.